Morning, everybody, and welcome to CEO Chat. My name is Al Cini,
I'm Joe Osmendi.
and we have a great guest with a lot of great information for people who are looking to be connected and to become more connected with their careers. Her name is Lynn Williams. She's the executive director of the Greater Philadelphia, help me out.
Philadelphia Area
Great Careers Group.
Great. Welcome.
And
Thank you.
such
Happy to be here.
So great to have you on the program.
Yeah.
Now, I met Lynn a couple of months ago at an HR group in Valley Forge.
Okay.
And we hit it off, and Lynn started to explain to me the importance of a person's career and why they need to learn how to run it like a business.
Okay.
When I look at your LinkedIn profile, I see that you're a kind of a coach, a mentor, an author, all on that subject. So maybe you can talk about how people need to take control of their careers here in the 21st century.
Well, there's a lot of people that are in career transition, so they need to gear up with their careers and find out how to job search. Job searching is not something that's typically taught, but people that are entrepreneurs or small business owners or employers, they still have to manage their careers because they have their brand online, including with LinkedIn. So no matter what you are, if you're a working adult, whether you're self-employed, unemployed, underemployed, or employed, you still need to manage your career.
That's important. Okay, you brought a video,
Yeah.
and maybe now would be a good time to spin that up.
Sure.
So let's play out your video, and then after that we can talk some more.
Hi, my name is Lynn Williams, and Executive Director of a 501c3 nonprofit. Founded in 2010, the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group serves working adults. We have an active alumni network of veterans, those who have landed jobs, and those who have become entrepreneurs, consultants, or small business owners. Professionals from all industries, functions, and levels of their career participate as one of almost 3,700 members in the over 400 events that we run a year. We are all inclusive and diverse. In the last 3 years, we have more than doubled our membership. In fact, we have hosted over 22,000 people that have RSVP'd at our events. As social entrepreneurs, we are confident that we can empower our members with the necessary tools, resources, and a support network that they can use to manage their career, whether they choose employment or self-employment. Thank you.
Well, Lynn, we're back, and we just watched your video. Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. What is it we need to learn? What's the takeaway from that video we just watched?
We are a 501c3 charitable nonprofit. So we're the ones, that's the tax deduction. And we provide career education and networking opportunities for working adults. So people that want to come and learn and hear information from speakers, as well as network and make new connections, we're definitely that type of place.
That's you. And you're growing. I think we
And
want to
we're
make the
growing.
point that I think we said in the video 3,700 members, but now
Yes, we're well over 4,000 members. We generally get about 3 to 4 new members a day.
Wow.
So we are growing. And when I took over the organization in 2015, and then I turned it into a 501c3 nonprofit in 2017, it was about 1,722 members. So I've more than doubled the membership since taking over the
How have you done that?
We provide value to people. We provide free or low-cost offerings. So anybody, it's not going to hurt their pocketbook. They can participate in our offerings. And we want to have impact in and of ourselves so that we can provide job seekers opportunities to learn and grow for free. Because we know that people that are job seekers, they're either on unemployment, or perhaps they're not on unemployment, or they've run out of unemployment if they're long-term job seekers. And to be able to provide those services is just a wonderful thing.
So right off the bat, people who are watching the program who might be or planning to become in career transition, let's say, they ought to reach out to you, and you're going to tell them all how to connect with you later on in the program.
Absolutely. This organization was started in 2010 by 2 gentlemen, and then I took it over in 2015. It started only as a meetup group. Have you heard of meetup.com?
Sure.
Okay. So the meetup group has then grown to various social media platforms. We have a new website that is actually just launching. We had a website, but we built a new one. And we are in Chester County, Delaware County, Bucks County, Montgomery County, Philadelphia County, Berks County,
Wow.
Wilmington, Delaware. We're about to be in Allentown, and we're about to launch a nonprofit career education chapter. So we have 15, about to be 16 chapters. I'm still looking for volunteers who would like to run our New Jersey chapter. So,
Okay. Another
you know,
reason to call you would be people
another
who want to
reason
get
call
involved
me,
in this.
yes. We are all volunteer based. Nobody is paid in our organization.
Right.
And we tap into an absolute amazing amount of talent and expertise.
Well, that's
for
terrific.
people who are willing to help pay it forward.
That's great. And I mean, so I know you're a not-for-profit, but that doesn't mean, one of the things you were telling me, you mentioned you're budget friendly. It doesn't cost anything to join, which I thought was amazingly.
Or you can join for a small membership fee
Uh-huh.
and get great value. You get a lot of goodies for.
You get a lot of
for
goodies. So
that-
I want to
that
talk
low
about those
cost.
goodies too.
Yeah.
So the kind, I want to make sure that people understand it's not just professional level employees, that people seeking jobs, not just for white collar workers. You've got people with high school educations that are participating in the program too?
Yes, we are all inclusive and diverse. We welcome anybody and everybody into our organization. It doesn't matter their age, their education level. We have people that are, just about to graduate from college or recent graduates, all the way up to mid to senior level people, as well as PhDs that participate in our organization.
Yeah. So
And
how
it's
many
a-
events you run a week? I mean, you're pretty busy, aren't you?
Oh my gosh, we run, I think, like 400 to 700 events a year.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
absolutely crazy, and it's all volunteer-based.
Great. And those events are all educational events aimed at teaching people how to better manage their careers.
Or they are networking. So we have something called a career success group that typically happens around 9 to 11 a.m. in the mornings in various locations. What happens is people that are job seekers get out of bed, they get dressed like they're ready to go to work, they stay in that practice, they go and network with other professionals, and it's an accountability platform, kind of like a job seeker mastermind. So people will do, what did you do in your job search last week? What are you planning to do in your job search this week? And let's practice your elevator pitch. And what are your target companies? Who do you want to know? Who do you want to meet? And maybe we can help you. So it's a small networking group that is specifically focused mainly on the job seekers. But we also have speaker events where people can learn and hear what the speaker has to say, and then also engage in purposeful structured networking.
Okay.
Sometimes those are during the day, sometimes they're in the evening or on weekends, so that we can also include people that are interested in the topic if they are looking to advance their career or change careers or manage their careers as an employed person or self-employed.
Where do you typically hold your meetings?
We look for places that we can meet for free. So we have sponsors that are financial advisors, and of course, they always want to get their name out there.
Right.
And a lot of financial advisors or franchise coaches or career coaches that want to run chapters. So that helps them do their community service and pay it forward, but yet it gets their name out there as being a sponsor of a free space,
Right.
or as a volunteer chapter leader.
Great. And what kind of response do you get from people who join the group?
Well, on the meetup, it shows that we have, 4,038 members between our 3 meetups. We've run well over 3,500 meetup events, and we've had about 25,000 RSVPs.
Seriously.
So we have helped so many people in the region. And typically, because the job seeker is able to participate and learn for free, when they land jobs, they typically will give back and donate to us.
Wow.
But the meetup was really not giving us the metrics that we wanted. So we built a Salesforce CRM from scratch, which is working for all our events. And we have a little app on our phone for registration check-in.
Good.
It's called Click and Pledge, is the mechanism that communicates between Salesforce and this Swiper One app. So when our chapter leaders check people in, we're now getting the metrics that we need in case we write grants as a 501c3 nonprofit. Now, the big thing with the nonprofits is that people typically want to give to organizations that are pets, vets, and kids.
Interesting.
Okay? We're not one of those.
Okay.
We are taking care of adults. And people say, well, gee, Lynn, why should I give to you? Look at the unemployment rate. I mean, the jobs report just came out this morning. I saw it pop up on my phone for the jobs report for April. The 263,000 jobs have been added. But guess what? Why is my organization growing? There are a lot of people out there that are being downsized, a lot of people that are long-term unemployed, a lot of really seasoned, mature professionals seeking their next job, and sometimes they give up.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're finding that you're getting some traction with those maybe underserved members of the labor force who have kind of walked away from the whole idea of having a job, want to kind of walk back into it now, but maybe don't remember exactly how to do that.
And things have changed from the time that I was in career transition in 2013 to now. Even the technology has changed. It's absolutely crazy.
Really, how would you characterize those changes for people who may have been out of the loop for a few years?
There's some people that are just haven't gotten the memo yet, because maybe they've been in their job for 25, 30 years, and they don't realize that there's no such thing as an objective statement on a resume. So
they're putting them in.
They're putting them in, and then they come to the organization and they learn, that's not a current trend for
Yeah, we don't do
resumes.
that anymore. That's
No.
not what we do anymore.
Right. We
So
do value propositions.
that's interesting. Just dusting off your 20-year-old resume and updating it a little bit doesn't mean that it's going to be attractive to a potential
Right.
HR department.
Take a
And
break right now.
who told you that?
Yeah, she right over there.
Have you heard
Yes, I
that?
did.
Somebody
Yes,
actually
I
said
did.
that?
Yes, I did.
Well, thank you for pointing that out
Well,
to
I
me.
did. I was going to try to.
We'll be right back with Lynn Williams on more CEO Chat after these messages.
There
Thank
you
you,
go.
Joe.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.
Know that aside from being a guest, we offer even more opportunity to boost your brand. Adding your company logo and website on screen during your interview will allow viewers to recognize your brand instantly. Incorporating images and video clips is another great way to showcase your product during your live segment. Let viewers see how good you really are. And most importantly, there's you and your interview. For less than the cost of a newspaper, direct mail, or a magazine ad, you can leave our studio and within 48 hours have a permanent digital copy of your live segment to link to your social media, embed into your company website, or use in email marketing. Investing in your brand is so very important, and we can't wait to have you as a guest.
Add us on social media to watch bloopers, behind the scenes footage, previews, and more.
Welcome back to CEO Chat. My name is, what was my name again?
You're Alcini.
I better be, and you better be Joe Asamendi.
I still am.
And it's always a pleasure working
My
with
pleasure
you.
with you, Al.
But as always, it's our guest that makes the show. And we're talking today with Lynn Williams, who is the executive director of the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. And I've got that right now.
Yeah, you got
And
it.
it's an organization you want to get to know. You may have a job, and it doesn't make any difference. Managing your career is really what that group is about, what your network is about. And whether you've got a job or you're looking for a job, you really ought to be a member. And it's open to anybody now in the Philadelphia area. You're planning to grow into the New Jersey area soon. Later on, we'll talk about your growth plans beyond the area because it's kind of platform largely online. But we were talking during the break about how little it costs to be a member of the group. And
Absolutely.
many of your events are free.
Yes, it's free to join the meetup. We hope that you'll make a small donation to help us cover our insurance costs and meetup costs and printing costs. But we also have something that we're just rolling out now. It's a bronze membership. So with a Career Success Group membership of only $15 a year, you will get a career management checklist. For the bronze membership for $35 a year, you'll not only get that checklist, but you'll get a Resumator Accelerator checklist, a LinkedIn Accelerator checklist, networking, one-pager checklist, business card checklist, like all kinds of stuff. Too numerous to mention right here.
Too many things to
But
mention.
the value is just amazing for that amount of money, and it does help our nonprofit. So, as I previously mentioned, people want to give to vets, pets, and I just vegged you.
That's it. That's good.
That's okay.
It'll come
Vets,
back.
pets, and kids.
There you
Yeah,
go.
kids.
Kids.
So I look at it this way. If you're on an airplane and you want to put an oxygen mask on an adult first, that's the way you're instructed,
Right.
you have to look at our organization like that.
Ah,
We're dealing with the adult. The adult needs the job so that they can pay for the pet food, pay for the kids, and donate to the vets.
Right.
But I do have to mention something about vets. We do partner with the Greater Philadelphia Veterans Network, and we provide a 6-week career education transition program for vets for free. We're actually looking for veterans right now who are willing to make that 6-week commitment to learn about how to communicate their transferable skills after deployment.
well, that's great.
What's your background? It's very interesting, the conversation. What did you do before you did this?
Oh my goodness, I've done lots of different things. I started out in the ceramic tile industry, and I became Western Regional Sales Manager and Canadian National Sales Service Representative. And then I went from that into general contracting and general construction, where my husband and I started a business. We did about $5 to $7 million a year.
Good.
We had 24 employees. Unfortunately, he passed away of leukemia. So then I was raising kids as a single parent. I needed to get on the same schedule as they were. So I decided to become a teacher. So I went back to school to get my teaching credentials. And I actually have 9 Pennsylvania Department of Education teaching certifications.
Great.
Really?
Well, education certifications. I could be a principal of a school. I can be a supervisor, direct curriculum and instruction for a district, and then teach 7 subjects. But I left all that behind so that I could be a teacher to adults. I provide career education right now.
Right. And yeah, that's a shift too, because it's less about teaching and more about learning when you're dealing with adults. So you're creating experiences
I'm
for
still a
them.
lifelong learner. I truly believe in learning. I love going to listen to some of these speakers because I
You
still
pick
learn
something
also.
up. You never know, and you might pick something up. And that's another reason why somebody out there might want to join your network, even if they're gainfully employed, because the speaker events could teach you something. You learn something from the other people who attend.
But I'm a public speaker also. I teach 11 hours worth of LinkedIn content as well as other career management topics. I'm also a writer. So I actually wrote 3 chapters of my doctoral dissertation on social media in the classroom, and I unfortunately had to walk away from that due to personal reasons. But in the process, when I was in career transition, I wrote an article about the applicant tracking system, and that's applying to jobs online. That article was shared by the Association of Talent Development out of Washington, D.C. It spread worldwide,
Wow.
and it got so many likes and shares. They came to me 2 years later and they said, Lynn, would you like to write a chapter in a book for us?
And-
So I happen to bring something here. Many of you have probably heard about Dick Bowles, What Color's Your Parachute? It's a very, very famous career book
Been around a long
that's
time.
been written almost 50 years. So Dick Bowles wrote the foreword in this book, and it was published in October of 2016. There are 16 career coaches from around the country that contributed to this book. I am chapter 8 on
That's great.
applying for jobs. So,
And that has to do with posting resumes and online, the
yes.
kind of,
And it has to do with keywords.
right.
So people say, gee, Lynn, you're not a certified resume writer. I'm like, I don't need to be a certified resume writer. I need to understand today's technology and understand keywords and where they are so important and where they need to be in LinkedIn as well as on the resume, because it's the matchy-matchy.
That, for people watching the program, that's the cost, that more than justifies the very low cost of admission
Oh,
right there.
absolutely. Because we
you're-
run these workshops all the time,
That-
and so much is for free.
That was what was so interesting to me, is you mentioned people who never got the memo that things have changed since
Oh, yeah.
even 2010. I mean, just in the last 15 years,
Yeah.
just the last 5 years, the way we apply for jobs, the way we select candidates has all evolved. And you're on top of all that, and I get to learn what keywords I need to include in my resume. You mentioned social media. A lot of job applicants don't pay any attention to that at all.
Well, there's a gentleman, his name is Eric Qualman, and in 2010 he wrote a book called Socialnomics. It was all the rage, because basically around 2004, 2005, that's when the interactive Web 2.0 social media, where it was interactive between participants, was really getting hot. So by 2010, social media was all the rage. Well, look at where we are today in 2019. Look at how much social media has changed since 2010.
Right.
It's even more the rage. And video is where it's at.
Really.
Absolutely.
Nobody wants to read anything anymore
No,
now. People are
people
looking
want
for
video,
a 1
yes.
minute or 2 minute video
Right.
experience.
So I took a content marketing analytics certificate course at Penn State University, and I learned that the magic number of minutes of the video is a minute and 18 seconds. Just
1:18,
shy, just shy of 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because that's where people's attention span
Got it.
is important.
Uh-huh.
But going back to Eric Qualman and Socialnomics, he wrote that it's not whether or not we do social media, it's how well we do social media.
It's how well we
Right.
do social media.
So you really need to be on a social media platform. And if nothing else, at least be on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not a platform just for job seekers. There's over 610 million people on LinkedIn right now. It is the world's largest professional network. And every second, 2 people join LinkedIn.
Every
Join
second.
LinkedIn.
Every second.
And so those are people that you might be able to network with to to advance your career.
Yeah.
It could be people who might have an opportunity for you. You want to make sure you put your best foot forward and that you engage people with the content you post.
Right.
And that's another huge value proposition for you, Lynn. If I join the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group, I get access to somebody who really understands how to use those tools.
Oh, it's not just me. We always look for speakers. And speakers actually call me from like 2 hours away because they know I get the word out there on social media. So they get a lot of free press.
Now that's critical. So what do I tweet? What do I do on LinkedIn? What do I post? What kind of content? What kind of a presentation do I? How do I present myself on these platforms? That determines my career advancement and where my next opportunity might be
So
coming from.
believe it or not, I have speakers already booked through February 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. I mean, you've
So
got.
I have a gentleman who just wrote for Fast Company.
Mm-hmm.
I have a TEDx speaker next week, and he's coming again at the end of the month. And
Good.
that'll be our 4th TEDx speaker.
Good.
So we really get very high quality speakers. And then we also get people who really want a platform where they can learn to speak. So I believe in giving people a chance. I'll start them out with our smaller chapters. And they actually learn and grow and develop in their speaking abilities.
Trying things out with a smaller group and maybe moving on from there. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
At a point later on in the program, you'll get to talk in your camera and tell everybody how to reach you. And I think everybody ought to be getting ready with a notepad to sign up, because I know it's a great organization to belong to. I want to make the point, though, that you're not a job board. So this is not someplace you go to post a position or to upload your resume.
However, we do post employer positions, believe it or not, for free. Think of the 5-second rule, okay? If you were to send me something and on my phone, I could go tap, copy, tap, paste, post. If it's 5 seconds and it pops up with a URL and a picture, an image, that's easy peasy. I can post that right away.
Sure.
But we have a LinkedIn group. It's called, Great Careers PHL's LinkedIn group. Anybody's welcome to join that. And employers or hiring managers can post jobs all they want in there.
Oh, wow,
And it'll
great.
reach the
So
right
you
audience.
do have a method for people to make certain opportunities visible if they want to.
We not only have a LinkedIn group, we have a LinkedIn company page, we have a website, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and I think that's it.
Wow, well, that's good. That
That's
should be
enough.
good enough for just about anybody, and that's great. Where do you see all this going? I know you have plans to expand, but what do you
Yes,
see as the future for
absolutely.
the organization?
So we are regional right now, and we are going to be building a learning management system platform. So when we build that, that'll be online, and it will be a subscription-based platform, and the world is open. So we can not only go national, but we can go international. And so while we are sleeping in our beds at night, we hope that the bank account will be going cha-ching.
And it should be.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so even though we're a nonprofit, you can still make money as a nonprofit.
Right.
Well, people watching the program, here's your opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a terrific network, the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. Lynn Williams, look right into your camera there and tell everybody how to reach you.
Okay, so we are just launching our brand new updated website, and we hope that it's all going to work out at greatcareersphl.org. Greatcareersphl.org.
If they go there, they'll find everything they need to know to join, and they'll get all the information that you're providing, and a lot of free information for people who might be looking to manage their careers. Lynn Williams, what a pleasure having you on CEO Chat today.
Terrific guest, really.
Thank
You
you
have
so
a
much.
great message to a great
Absolutely
organization.
terrific. A great service, great
Okay.
platform. People ought to join it. And thanks all of you for joining us for what turned out to be a terrific CEO Chat, huh, Joe?
There you go.
And we'll be back again in a half an hour with another CEO Chat. Till then, I'm Alcini.
I'm Joe Osamendi.
And thanks again, Lynn.
Have a great weekend. See you later.
Take care now. Thank you.